What's up, guys? It's Vash, and I want to talk about this Shinmai Maou No Testament, episode 12. This episode was the shit, mainly because it was a great resolution. I mean, we had a motherfucker's head exploding. We had Basara using that banishing shift, you know what I'm saying, to completely destroy that monster thing, you know what I'm saying? And then we had a makeout scene in the end that was just awesome as shit. You couldn't ask for more than that. You could not ask for more than that Grope Fest. And then the very ending with Jin Tojo and the current Demon Lord. Holy shit, what was going on there? I was like, ooh. And then they showed us a little bit of the new series, the Shinmai Maou No Testament Burst. We got a little bit of that. And yeah, man, we see more ecchi sort of stuff coming our way. It's gonna be a good year. But no, this episode was a shit though, man. Like, I like that Basara pushed Zest out of the way when they were inside the belly of the beast. Literally, he pushed her out the way. I thought that was cool as shit. He literally pushed her out the way. Like the shot that we saw initially was her almost about to get stabbed by like every fucking I'm assuming those were kind of like appendages, I'm assuming, that the beast had inside of his belly or whatever. And we just see him kind of jump and do the, vanishing shift. But then, like, when she replayed her, well, not replayed it, remember, but when she thought about it, or we see it through her own eyes or whatever, we see that he pushes her out of the way. You know what I'm saying? She focused her power long enough for those appendages to attack her, and then he pushes her out of the way. And I was just kind of like, oh, that was gangster shit. It wasn't long and drawn out like Absolute Duo was with their fucking finale. That shit was long and drawn out. And it's funny because you would have thought that, you know what I'm saying, like, given that this one has a second season coming out, that they would have been like, okay, we can just downplay the fuck out of this, and it don't got to be nothing serious. We don't got to show no ecchi stuff. We don't got to show anything. We can just save all this for either the OVAs or for season 2, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They showed, you know what I'm saying, Basara fighting. They showed the head exploding, you know what I'm saying, when Zogia died. They showed everything. Absolute Duo just kind of like, we're just going to drag this out, drag it out, drag it out, drag it out, drag it out. No resolution in the end. I was just kind of like, that was awesome. Thank you guys for wasting 12 episodes of my fucking life. But this one was the shit. This one was the shit. Zogia turned out to be a little bitch though, didn't he? Did y'all see him pleading with Basara in the end, like in that end part? He was just kind of like, oh, Tojo, Basara, like, I have more intel than Lars does. Make a deal with me. I can provide you with better information than he can. It's like, no, you killed Maria's parents. You killed Mio's parents. And you tried to kill Maria's mother. And you tried to kill me. And you tried to kill Yuki. And you were about to kill your own creation. Why would I listen to you? No. He just kind of stood there. Basara just stood there like a G. He was just kind of like, fuck him. He just stood there just like this. You know what I'm saying? And then Lars dealt the finishing blow. He blew that motherfucker's head off. I don't know what power Lars used, but he killed that motherfucker. He fucking destroyed Basara. I was just like, holy shit. Zogia. I'm sorry. He destroyed Zogia. I was just like, holy shit. That was awesome. I can't even lie about that shit. That was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we get them at the house. You know what I'm saying? They kind of what they did was they showed them in the house, and they showed how things were in the house. They showed that everyone was sort of recovering or getting back accustomed to, the present day life and not necessarily having to deal with Zogia. But at the same time, they're coming to realize that there are going to be other people who are going to come after Mio, because she is, Wilbur's descendant or whatever, and there also might be people coming who are stronger than Zogia. So that's a constant worry, but for the most part, they're just adjusting regularly, And Zest is there, you know what I'm saying, and she just kind of like, oh, you just should have killed me. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be better if you just ended my life. And the boss was just kind of like, no, I'm not going to do that shit, especially because we saw the part where, like, they were down inside the little, I'm going to say basement, but it was still the inside of that beast or whatever. We see that Zogia had a bunch of different clones of Zest. Like, he didn't like the fact that she had a heart, that she had emotions. And he was making several different Zest demons or whatever to replace her with. So she had been abandoned from the get-go. When she even said that herself, she was like, oh, I was abandoned from the start. Like I wasn't going to be around from the start because he didn't like that I had a heart. So the fact that Basara was just kind of like, no, you need to find a different way to live, and we're going to make sure that happens. We're going to give you the time that you need, and, so that you'll be able to find a better path. Like, you got to find a better life to live other than just to be, the servant of some douchebag, So I like that. I like Basara's character in that aspect, you know what I'm saying? And then he goes and checks on Maria and her mother. And I just noticed this, too, about two of the characters. I thought that Maria's mother was wearing a headpiece. Those are her horns, which I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize that shit until this episode. I thought she was wearing something on her head. And I also realized that the tail that Zest has, that's a part of her fucking body. I thought that was just a part of the outfit. I really thought the little bunny tail was a part of the outfit. That's actually a part of her body. Because I didn't even realize her ears are also supposed to be in the shape of rabbit ears. Didn't even notice it. Not ears, but the horns on her head are supposed to be in the shape of rabbit ears. I didn't even notice it. I thought the tail was a part of her outfit. I just happened to see a picture from the light novel, and it still showed the tail, and she was naked. So I was just like, oh, that's a part of her body. Didn't know that. But yeah, it shows Maria and her mother, and Basara goes in to check on them or whatever. And we see that Maria, she didn't open her eyes when he came into the room, but she knew that he was there. And I'm assuming that she still has those reservations, and she's still feeling guilty about betraying them, But it was for your mom, so they understand. It was for family. They get it, And she's still feeling guilty about that or whatever. But then he goes in with Maou, and they, talking, and all of a sudden she like grabs Basara, just kind of like, I'm assuming she grabbed him because she was worried about, the factions who were coming for her, and maybe she wanted to say sorry or something. I don't know, but she just kind of grabbed. Maybe she just didn't want to be alone. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking to her about calling the moderate faction to take care of Zest or whatever. But then all of a sudden, like, he's thinking like inside his own head, and he just kind of like, I won't let anyone take it. Because this is in relation to Lars telling him that if someone who enters a master servant pact or whatever under the influence of the succubus, if that person has their chastity taken away from them by someone else, basically that person's going to be fucked up. And I don't mean fucked up in the sense of you just been raped by somebody, which is traumatic in itself. I mean, fucked up in a whole nother way, you know what I'm saying? And Basara was just kind of like, I'm not going to let anybody take it. And we see this animalistic side kind of take over him. His eye even flames up on some green flame sort of shit. And he just kind of, he takes the initiative, man. That motherfucker just pounces on her. I was just like, holy shit, And at first she wasn't into it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, after a while, she just kind of just gave in, She wants to deal bad. I mean, she just gave in, She really did just give in. And he actually realizes halfway through this shit, though, man, because he was pretty much undressing her. He realizes halfway through this, like, holy shit, what just happened? And then he backs away. He's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, my mind just blacked out for a second, and I don't know what I was doing. Can you forgive? And she was just like, I won't forgive you. Well, I will, but you have to do something. He just kind of like, all right, what is it? And she like, kiss me again, so that you understand that there is nothing for you to apologize for. So that right there was confirmation that, she's in love with him now. She has that love for him. I ain't talking about in no brother-sister type of fucking way, you know what I'm saying? Like they had been portraying this whole time, that they just kind of family, She loves him. She's in love with him. That's been confirmed right here, Yuki had already been confirmed that she was in love with him, and now Maou has confirmed that she's in love with him. And then Yuki actually is in the room, which made it hilarious. She just fucking shows up, and then she just like, out of consideration, I stayed out of here, and I tried to leave you alone because I thought you were depressed. But if you're just going to take this opportunity to steal Basara from me, then no, I'm going to intervene, And then Maou was just like, what about watching Zest? She's like, oh, don't worry, I brought her in here too. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was funny because then Maou was like, how long you been standing there? And Zest fucking repeated everything they had said. So she was like, pretty much from the beginning. That shit was funny, And then Maria was standing outside as Yuki and Mio are arguing. And Maria was about to leave. You can tell that, I'm telling you, she really was like messed up because of what she did, you know, as far as betraying them is concerned. And she was about to leave. She was about to just bounce. And Basara went outside and was like, hey, Maria, please talk to them. I need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you. Please talk to them. They arguing. They're not listening to me. Please talk to them, you know. And they were just kind of like, Maria, whose side are you on? And blah, 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 blah. And they just kind of made her feel at home and that they had, you know, moved on from what she had done. Because, again, they never did blame her because her mother was fucking kidnapped. They never blamed her. And she realized that in this episode that they never had any ill will towards her, even after learning that fact, you know. And Maria takes it upon herself to tell them, I'm not on either one of y'all side. And she kisses Basara. I mean, she jumps on him and she kisses him and she forces him down to the ground. I was just like, holy shit. She was just like, Basara is my Oni-chan, so I'm not on neither one of y'all side. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, holy shit, that was crazy, you know. Then the episode ends and we see some still shots, you know what I'm saying? We see Maria's mother and Zest getting picked up by the moderate faction, and Basara and Yuki and Mio and Maria are there just kind of waving them off. We see them at school and stuff like that. You know, we see the new family picture that Basara has taken with him and Yuki and Maria and Mio or whatever. And he sends it to his dad. And then we see a guy talking to a demon. I'm just kind of like, okay, who the fuck is this dude? And they're talking about Zogia being dead. And like, holy shit, he's dead. Find out what's going on about this. Lars' report said that he was doing something treacherous, but I don't know what. And then this guy goes into like a king's chamber or something like that. And it's just a bunch of fucking bodies on the ground. And then we see Basara's dad, Jin, is sitting on a throne. And he just like, hey, I've been waiting for you to get here, new demon lord. I was like, holy shit. And he smokes his cigarette and he puts it out. And he said, I want to thank you for laying hands on my kids. Now I have to pay you back for that. And I was like, holy shit. Like, Basara's dad got serious as shit. I totally forgot about him. I think in like episode like 5 or 6, we see him kind of walking in like some woods or something like that. I was just kind of like, where is he going? And I forgot about him. I totally forgot about him. You know what I'm saying? And then he shows back up here, having defeated most of them. Even the Demon Lord guy was afraid. He was like, holy shit, it's Jin Tojo. Like, he was afraid. You know what I'm saying? And Basara's dad is like, I gotta pay you back for that. And we see the green flame shit creep up in his eye too. I was like, holy fuck, this is gonna be crazy. And then we get those still shots, you know what I'm saying, from season 2. And it's gonna be epic though, man. You know what I'm saying? I love this ending. I thought it was great. I thought that this was very well done, unlike Absolute fucking Duo. I thought this was well done. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think about Shinmai No Testament episode 12, the last episode. Did you enjoy it? Are you enjoying Basara's harem so far? Because right about now, he only has 3.5. Because Zest is not there yet. But she will be. So let me know what you guys think about all that shit, though, man. Vash the Stampede Gun.